Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Freeman and I think you're really going to love today's flow. So this practice is designed to help you rise up in the morning to energize your body and really focus on the day ahead. You're not going to need anything for today, just a nice safe flat space for your yoga mat. And we do have a few little standing balances, so if you are new to yoga, maybe just grab a chair or make sure your mat is somewhere close to a wall so you can have some support if you need it today. If you do enjoy the practice, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It just helps me to be able to put more energy and time into bringing more and more video content here for you. As with any yoga practice or workout, your body is your best teacher, so really honoring how you're feeling today and not pushing yourself too far if something doesn't feel right for you. But apart from that, I think that's about it, so let's get moving. Okay, beautiful friends, so we're going to get started today coming down onto our back. So feel free to make your way down in whichever way feels best for you. And once you're there, just extend your legs out long. An option to place your palms onto your belly or maybe extend the palms up towards the ceiling. And just take a moment here to allow your body to settle, just releasing any tension from your hips, your shoulders, your jaw, your face. And noticing any physical sensation within your body. Every day is different, every moment is new, so just checking in how it feels to be you today on this day. And then starting to become aware and connected to your breath, to your guide for this practice. By starting to consciously take the breath down into the sides of the ribs, feeling the chest expand in all four directions, the belly gently rises. And as you exhale, just allowing the chest, the belly to gently and softly contract back towards the midline. With your inhalations, you're drawing in that fresh energy, prana, life force into every cell here, enlivening your experience of today. And as you exhale, we're just letting go, we're releasing. We're letting go of anything that doesn't need to be on the mat here with us for this time together. Let's synchronize our breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, audibly sigh out through the mouth, soften here, let it all go. And your next in-breath, taking the arms overhead, stretching the legs out long. There's no rules here, just moving into your body however feels good. You can bend the knees, you can open and close the mouth a few times. And as you exhale, draw your knees towards your chest, lift the forehead here. So lifting the shoulders off the mat, just a gentle engagement through your belly to start. And as we exhale, just laying back down to the mat, taking the hands onto the knees. Just gently starting to move into your hips for today. So drawing a few big circles here. There might be a difference for you from side to side. There might be little parts of this movement that feel a little bit more tight or clunky. Take your time as you move there. And let's take one more circle in this direction and we'll go the other way. So again, the back of the neck, the spine, the head is all just soft here, just moving into the hips. Take one more in this direction. And as you exhale, soles of the feet down, bringing your left ankle on top of your right thigh, figure four stretch here. So flexion through the left ankle, toes drawing back towards your knee. Option to stay here or reach through behind the thigh or in front of the chin. Wherever you are, shoulders and back of the head continue to lay down on the mat. Now with your mind pinpointing any sensation in that left hip, and can you take your next inhalation there? So really breathing space. And as you exhale, softening in. Let's take one more just like that. And as we exhale, releasing the legs, we'll come to the other side, right ankle on the left thigh. Pause here, you might want to stay here. Flexion in the ankle, toes drawing back to the knee, otherwise reaching through behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Then lay your shoulders and the back of the head back onto the mat, resting here. Can you soften the front of the chest, the throat, release any tension that might have already gathered in your face. And take one more conscious breath down into that right hip here. And as you exhale, gently releasing the legs. Now an option from here to roll onto your side and make your way into a kneeling position at the back of the mat. Otherwise, if you'd like to have a little bit of fun with me, we're just rocking and rolling up the length of the spine, Massaging that space between the shoulder blades. And let's take one more here. And exhale, pause for a moment. Cross the shins, plant the palms down, and shimmy your way back towards the back of the mat. Sitting the hips back onto the heels, and you have an option here to cross the legs if this doesn't feel comfortable for you. Just starting to open into the chest, the shoulders, and the back of the heart. So as we inhale, the elbows open wide, the heart will lift. And making this smooth and really lengthening it out as we exhale, draw the belly back, release the chin to the chest. So almost like in our cat-cow, as we inhale, really opening up into the front of the body. And as we exhale, reaching, hugging a beach ball or a tree or a person in front of you, opening that space behind your heart. Let's take one more round like this. Inhale, elbows draw back, heart lifts, palms open wide, receiving energy for your day. And as we exhale, reaching forward, we'll pause here. And I really want you to take your breath behind the heart, between the shoulder blades here. So taking a moment to really kind of ease into this space. You might want to move a little from side to side. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, just coming back into your kneeling position. You stay where you are. I'm just going to come to face towards you for this next little sequence. So as we inhale, just take the hands down in front of you, extend the right leg out to the side. So the toes are facing forward and you're grounding down into all four corners of the foot. The left hip is over the left knee. As we inhale, arms rise overhead. And as we exhale, right fingertips come down to the outside of the thigh, the left fingertips reach high. So opening into the left side of the body here. Beautiful. Keep turning the shoulders forward. Take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, coming back through center, this time the left hand comes underneath the left shoulder and the right fingertips reach up and over. So we continue to press that hip forward and really lengthen through the side of the body, externally rotating through that bottom arm. Your next inhalation, the side of the waist lifts you high. And as we exhale, the hands come down in front of you and we start to walk forward a little here. So it's like our puppy pose. With the right leg extended out, we bring the forehead down. So we're really opening into the inner thigh here and continuing to lift the sit bones up towards the sky, a little bit of lengthening through our hamstrings here. Of course, melting that heart down, opening underneath the armpits and into the shoulders. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently walking the hands back underneath your shoulders and extending your right leg behind you to a three-legged plank. Now just twice, we're going to inhale, really reach those toes, lift through your heart. And exhale, tiger curl, draw the knee forward, lift the space between the shoulder blades, release the chin. One more round here. Inhale, reaching the toes back. Exhale, shoulders square, draw the knee through, pause here. Engage the belly, one more round. Inhale, sending the right leg back. And as we exhale, taking the knee back underneath the hip, sit back to child's pose. Reaching your fingertips out in front of you, allow the forehead to touch down. Pause here for a moment. And just allowing the breath to return back to normal as we've started to move. And already noticing just in this first 8 minutes, all of the stories that you might be telling yourself surrounding this movement, surrounding your body. Let's just come back to being present with our breath. Take one more inhalation down to the belly. And exhale, gently walk the hands back. Beautiful. Hands down on the ground in front of you. This time left leg extends to the side. Toes facing forward. The heel is in line with your knee. And all four corners of the feet are grounding down to your mat. As you inhale, your arms will rise overhead, lift and lengthen the sides of your waist. And as you exhale, the left hand comes down, right fingertips reach high here, beautiful. The heart is lifted, the shoulders away from the ear. You can even turn that bottom palm up for a little more rotation through the shoulder. Take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, making our way back through center, this time right hand comes underneath the shoulder, left fingertips reach up and over. Continue to ground down through the left foot, reach tall through the fingertips. Enjoying that beautiful side stretch for one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, using the side of the waist to lift you high, And then take the hands down in front of you, walking the fingertips forward and opening into the inner left thigh here. So again, we're lifting from the backs of the hamstrings upward, and we're melting our heart down towards the earth. Continue to ground through all four corners of your left foot. Take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, become nice and active through our upper body, and then send the left leg back behind you. Take a deep breath in here, point through the toes. As you exhale, draw the knee forward, chin comes towards the knee, round that space behind your heart. One more like this, tiger curl, activating through your core. And as you exhale, draw the belly up, pause here for a moment. One last time, we inhale, send the left leg back. As we exhale, take the knee down, sit the hips back to the heels, child's pose for a moment. Just take a deep breath in and out. And you stay where you are. From here, we're going to reach the fingertips out as far forward as we can. And inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists, tuck the toes, lift the knees, find your plank pose. From here, press away from the ground, and then send the hips back high for your first downward facing dog of the day. And once you've landed here, just feeling free to pedal out through your heels one at a time, just gently opening into the backs of the legs, not pressing or forcing, remembering the aim of our downward facing dog is to have a beautiful straight spine, so keep those knees as bent as you need. We can see that if we start to try and press the heels, we could potentially round into the spine. So keep the heels up and a nice little bend if you need. Settling your heels now, downward facing dog. As we inhale, draw the right heel high, three-legged jog just for a moment. And as you exhale, draw the knee forward, tiger curl, so same as we did before, but we're just a little higher. Look forward, lightly step the right foot through, take the back knee down. Untuck your back toes, come onto your fingertips, press through the front heel, then take the hands to the front thigh. So the front heel is drawing back while the back knee draws forward to square your hips. And on your next inhalation, the arms will reach overhead here. Take a deep breath in. An option to stay here, or if you'd like a little flow, as you exhale, left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back. Twice more. Inhale as we rise. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Make the last one nice and smooth. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, gently opening the chest to the right side of the mat. And then one more round. Inhale, our arms will rise. This time as you exhale, taking your hands to your hips, pressing through the front heel as we shift back and draw the right toes back towards us. Now we can keep the knee as bent as we need. Coming into a hamstring stretch. So some will stay here. This is perfect. Others maybe taking the fingertips down to the mat. And we're going to stay here for 2 more deep, conscious breaths. Taking your inhalation into anywhere of the body that's feeling the sensation, which is most likely your right hamstring. You'll take 1 more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bend the front knee, plant the palms, slide the right foot back. Deep breath in, draw the heart through. As we exhale, bend the elbows, lower down, chaturanga. Press into the palms to inhale, lift the chest, heart draws forward, elbows draw back. And as we exhale, pressing back via all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find our downward facing dog. Pausing here for a breath. Now let's come to the other side. So inhale the left heel high. Exhale, draw the knee through. We pause here, engage the belly, lift the heart forward, and then lightly step the left foot through, back knee comes down, untuck the toes. Press through the front heel to lift the hands to the thigh. And again, we're squaring the hips, so front heel drawing back, back knee drawing forward. Inhale, fingertips reach overhead, an option to stay here, or exhale, right fingertips forward, left arm reaches back, even taking the gaze with it. Inhale, sweep it up, and exhale to open. 1 more round. Inhale to lift, and exhale to open. Inhale, arms rise overhead. And exhale, hands to the hips. Shift the weight back, draw the left toes towards you. An option to stay here again or take the hands down to the mat for your hamstring stretch, where we'll stay for 2 more deep conscious breaths. Keep drawing the toes back towards your face. 1 more deep breath in. And as we exhale, bend the front knee, take the hands down, slide the left foot back. Come onto both knees. As we inhale, triceps turn back, heart draws forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, elbows drawing in, belly engaged. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. As we exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise onto your toes. And as you exhale, look forward. We're slowly going to take as many little steps towards the top of the mat as we need, all the way as close as we can get. And then take your feet out nice and wide, sit the hips down, lift your heart. We'll come to our malasana yogi squats. If that doesn't feel okay for you, you're just going to take a little bit higher. Okay, so that's fine. We're still working on opening the ankles and the inner thighs and the hips, but just a little different variation there. Now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, take the hands down to the ground, turn the toes forward, lift your hips, and then heel toe the feet until they're underneath the hips here. Release the neck, release the shoulders. Option to stay here or interlace the fingertips behind your back for a little bit more of a chest and shoulder opener here. And breathe. One more deep breath in. And then releasing the hands back down to the ground if they aren't already. Inhale, we'll half lift, palms slide onto the shins, flat back. Belly engaged. As you exhale, lower down, bend the knees. Brush the fingertips, press through the heels to rise up to standing, gaze up towards the sky. And as we exhale, take the hands to the heart. Staying here for 1 deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands, palms face forward, energy to your fingertips, mountain pose. Ground down through your feet, lift tall through the crown of your head. Belly engaged, glutes engaged, holding you strong and steady. Let's start to move again. Inhale, arms rise overhead. And as we exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward, releasing the neck here. Inhale, half lift. And as you exhale, plant your palms down. This time, take the weight into the right leg. Step the left toes towards the back of the mat and pause here. Pressing into the front heel, front knee over the front ankle. Come onto your fingertips. Draw your heart forward. From here, rising the arms overhead, pressing through the front heel, settling here for a moment. High lunge for 1 more deep breath in. And as we exhale, opening out to the side, warrior 2, back heel turns down. Deep lunge into that front leg, both thighs turning out. Sit bones heading down, core engaged. As we inhale, both arms rise overhead, toes turn to face towards the side of the room. And as we exhale, our heels will turn in, toes slightly out, and the elbows draw down as the sit bones head down towards the ground. Goddess squat, strong and energizing. Inhale, gather the energy, lifting up, press through the heels. As we exhale, sitting back down here. Let's take 1 more like this. Inhale, we rise. And exhale, we lower. Inhale, we rise that energy up towards our heart. Take the hands to heart center, turn the toes forward. And we're going to come towards the top of the mat with our left knee coming towards the chest. From here, taking the right hand to the hip, we're going to come into our tree pose by bringing the left heel to the upper thigh, to the shin, or just above the ankle. So this is where you may want to use a chair or a wall for the balance, but we're pressing the feet and the thigh or the shin or the calf in towards the midline. And lifting tall through the crown of the head. We'll stay here for 1 more deep breath in. And as we exhale, gently draw the knee back in front. And then we're going to take the back leg, our left leg, towards the side of the room. Hands to heart center, and turn the front toes, the right toes, up towards the sky. Deep bend into the back leg here. An option to express your arms however you might like. Maybe drawing a bow back, maybe like a beautiful bird. And then turning to face back towards the front of the room. Come onto your back toes and lightly step back forward. Hands to heart center, growing tall here for a deep breath in. And exhale, release the hands by your side. Let's come to the other side. Inhale, arms overhead, lift and lengthen. As we exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, half lift. As we exhale, take the hands down, step the right toes back. Beautiful, front knee over the front ankle. Fire up onto the fingertips, heart draws forward, and our arms lift overhead here. High lunge. Taking one deep breath in. And our back heel turns down. We open wide into our warrior two, shoulders over hips here. As we inhale, arms float overhead, toes turn forward. And as we exhale, heels turn in and our elbows draw down as we lower into our goddess squat. So the tailbone's heading down, the belly is engaged here. As we inhale, arms rise up, drawing energy from your base. And as we exhale, pressing that energy back down and grounding here. One more round. Inhale, pressing through the heels to lift. And exhale as we lower down. This time as we inhale, rise up. Take your hands to your heart center, turn the toes forward. And we're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Pressing through your bottom heel here. And then taking the right heel to the upper thigh, to the shin, or to the ankle, just not to your knee. And drawing your hands to your heart center. Tree pose, finding your balance, rooting down to rise up and grow. Let's open our arms however feels expressive and open for you today. Calling in that energy here. Pressing towards the midline to lift and grow. Take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, hands come to heart center, right knee draws forward. From here, stepping that right leg to the back of the mat as we turn the front toes up and take a deep bend into our right leg. Little side lunge here, opening out your arms however feels good for you. And gently taking the hands back to heart center, turning forward, coming onto your back toes, stepping in. Deep breath in. And out, release the arms. Let's move through our flow. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, folding forward, releasing the shoulders, releasing the neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank position. Option to keep the knees lifted or down. As we inhale, draw the heart forward, come onto your toes. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, belly engaged. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog, broaden your heart. And as we exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rise onto the toes, look forward. As you exhale, take a deep bend through your knees and step one foot at a time towards the top of the mat. We'll meet in forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding down, bend the knees, brush the fingertips, rising up to head. And as we exhale, sitting back to our chair pose. Coming into one last little standing balancing sequence here. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, sit a little bit lower if you can, reaching those arms overhead. Taking the weight into your right foot now as we inhale, ground down and draw the left knee in towards the chest. Pause here. Now an option to stay here. Otherwise we're going to come into warrior three. So this might be enough for your balance today. Stay here, working here. Otherwise coming with me, reaching the fingertips back, reaching the left toes towards the back of the room. Pausing here for one deep breath in. And as we exhale, if you can, draw the knee back towards the chest, and we'll stay here for another moment. Now we're coming to a standing figure four. So taking your left ankle on top of your right thigh, flex the toes back towards the knee like we did at the start of practice today. And then just like in our chair pose, we're going to sit the hips back and keep the hands either at the heart or reaching out in front. Beautiful. And can we breathe here? Again, you might want to hold onto a chair or onto the wall. Otherwise, let's take one more deep breath in. As we exhale, hands come back to heart center. The next inhalation, grounding through the right foot, lifting through the left knee. And exhale, releasing through the legs. Shake it out. See all of that focus needed to be in the body, in the moment, in order to hold the balance. This is why I love our standing balances so much, because they're so good in learning to focus our attention on one thing. Let's come to the other side. So inhale, arms overhead, and exhale, sitting back down to our chair, keeping the belly away from the thighs. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale, can we sit a little lower? Take your weight to your left foot as we inhale, now ground down, lift the right thigh towards your chest. Pausing here for a moment. Again, this might be where you stay today. Working on broadening your chest and balancing here. Otherwise, coming with me, extending the fingertips back, drawing the right toes towards the back of the room for our warrior 3 position. Back thigh turning down, lifting from the hamstring and the heel upwards. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently see if we can come back up to standing. Beautiful, to join in our knee to chest standing. Now you can take a little break here and then join me, otherwise coming straight down into our standing figure 4, right ankle on top of left thigh, bringing your hands to your heart and then seating the hips back down. Again, remembering those cues of drawing the toes back towards the knee out towards the side. And then option to extend the arms overhead. Sitting the hips back here. Otherwise, you're still practicing your standing knee to chest. A beautiful way to kind of get that strength in the ankle and train all those supporting muscles for your balance. Take one more deep breath in here. And out, hands to the heart. And then inhale, draw the knee up towards the chest. Exhale, release. Shake it out, come to the top of your mat. Let's move through one last flow together. Take a deep breath in and out to release. And inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, hands pour through heart center, releasing through the neck. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, stepping back, high plank. Keep the knees lifted or down. Deep breath in, come onto the toes, heart drawing through. Exhale, chaturanga. Moving through your flow, baby cobra or upward facing dog. As we exhale, lift the hips, press back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And release through the mouth. Who's feeling energized and ready for their day? As we inhale, walk those feet one at a time towards the top of the mat. Stay here in your forward fold. And then seeing if we can sit the hips all the way back down to the earth. See if you can bring the hands off. Gently lower yourself down or taking your hands behind you. And we're just going to close this practice today by crossing our legs. Lifting up tall through the spine. And just taking your right hand to your left thigh, taking a little twist here, gazing over your left shoulder. As you inhale, you'll feel that lift and lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, gently deepening your twist. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, returning back to center, just taking it to the other side. Deep breath in to grow tall. Exhale, little last twist if you can. And gently release. And just taking the backs of your hands onto your knees. Perhaps closing in your energy by taking your forefinger to your thumbs and extending the pinky, ring and middle finger out. And just pause here for a moment. Once again, checking in with your physical body. Noticing any differences, notice how you're feeling. now versus when we first started. Notice the breath. Does it feel a little fuller, a little deeper, a little richer? Noticing the quality of the mind. Do you feel ready and energized and focused for the day ahead? And take one more deep breath in here, down into your belly. And then sighing once more out through the mouth, softening the shoulders, releasing any tension through the face. You might want to make a few little movements through the neck here. Just releasing, letting go. And on your next inhalation, draw the arms up overhead. As we exhale, take the hands back down to the heart, connecting in with this space, leading from this space today. And thank you for joining me today, as always, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.